Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. It's Naomi. I'm back with another video. So today's video is going to be a crochet shorts tutorial. Really, it's crochet shorts, crochet capris, crochet pants. Like, this method works for all of it. It's easy for me. It looks nice and organized and all that good stuff. So if this is what you want to learn, keep watching. But before we get into this video, make sure you go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed. Go look at my other videos, give those a thumb up, comment, all that good stuff, you know what I'm saying? But this is already about to be a long video, I think, so we're just gonna get to this video. So for materials, we're using yarn. We have my 2.75mm US hook, a pair of scissors, and measuring tape. So to begin your work, you're gonna start off with a slip knot. If you don't know how to do a slip knot, it's literally like a knot. To me, I mean, everybody has their different way of doing it, but me personally, I usually hold the yarn, I twist it, and then I pull it through the loop. Do a chain of 10 stitches, and when you get to the 10th stitch, you're gonna block it off with your fingers, and then you're gonna chain up an additional 3 stitches, and then you're gonna do a half double crochet into the chain stitch that you were blocking off. And then once you do that, you're just gonna work it all the way back down the row. And I'll just let the video play. Also, if you didn't know what a half double crochet is, you're literally just gonna wrap the yarn around your hook, insert it through the loop, and you're gonna pull it through all 3 stitches. And that is how you do a half double crochet. Now that I'm coming up on my last stitch, you want to be sure that you're not skipping a stitch, because if you skip a stitch, your work can be really lopsided and more like just not straight. And you want your ribbing to be straight, because this is going to be the waistband. So once you do that, then you're going to chain up 1, and then you're going to insert a half double crochet into the first loop. Do not skip the first loop. If you skip the first loop, it's going to look really odd and it's going to start shrinking. You don't want that. You want it to be the same as possible. So you're going to continue to do the half double crochets all the way down to the end, and when you get to the end, be sure not to miss the last stitch. You're probably going to have to turn it a little bit towards your, I guess, your left, forward facing you, so you can see the last stitch, but make sure you do not miss that stitch, because if you miss that stitch, your stuff's going to look really off. From then on, you're going to work however many half double crochet rows that you need to complete your waistband or whatever waistband. Usually I take my measuring tape and I'll measure it out to see. You don't want to make it too small, but you do want to do it to where it stretches, not stretches completely, but stretches at a comfortable, you know, a comfortable way. So I'll just leave this clip in of how I'm doing it. I think I took it out and came back when I was finished, but I'll leave what I have in for you guys. Alright, so here I am coming up on my last row of half double crochets. Like I said before, make sure you're hitting every stitch and you're not skipping any stitches so your work comes out perfecto, okay? And here you can see how it looks. As I said before, you're gonna adjust it to whatever size you need, so make sure you're measuring it along. To connect it, I'm going to slip stitch into the other side. Make sure your work is even across. Make sure it's not twisted so you don't have to go back and take it out and do all of that again. So you're gonna attach it with a slip stitch, and then from there on you're gonna insert your hook from the right side to the left, and you're just gonna connect it by doing single crochets. I'll be back when I'm finished. So as you can see, this is what it looks like. We're almost there, like 2% into it. Now let me stop. Okay, so as you can see, since we connected with single crochets, you're gonna have like an odd looking part that's gonna be bulging out. That's gonna be your your inside portion that's flipped out, and you're gonna work your work from the outside, if that makes sense. So next, we're just gonna chain up one, and you're gonna insert a single crochet in every little hole that you see across. Don't skip any, because if you skip any, then you'll kind of short yourself and you're gonna wish you didn't do that. So you're gonna insert a single crochet all the way around until you get to the other side, and then you're gonna slip stitch to connect it. So as you can see, this is what it looks like. We're almost there, like 2% into it. Now let me stop. Okay, so as you can see, this is what it looks like. We're almost there, like 2% into it. So next, we're just gonna chain up one, and you're gonna insert a single crochet in every little hole that you see across. Don't skip any, because if you skip any, then you'll kind of short yourself and you're gonna wish you didn't do that. So you're gonna insert a single crochet all the way around until you get to the other side, and then you're gonna slip stitch to connect it. So you're gonna insert a single crochet all the way around until you get to the other side, and then you're gonna slip stitch to connect it. Alright, so here I am. I'm at the end. I'm gonna slip stitch to attach my work to the other side so it looks smooth and clean. So you're gonna slip stitch, you're gonna insert the hook, you're gonna pull it through, and then you're gonna pull through that last loop. Now, I work my shorts in 2 different halves and then I go back and sew them together. It's easier for me to do it that way, but this is what it looks like with your single crochet rows. With this, you can either count every single stitch and make sure you have an even amount. If you have an even amount, you'll just split it in half and you'll do what I'm about to say in a minute. But if not, you can just do like I do. Sometimes when I don't feel like counting, I just guesstimate, and usually I'm pretty accurate. But if you're a beginner, I would just count your stitches to make sure you're not missing anything. So once you do that and you figure out where it's even at, you're gonna pull it up just slightly just so you know where to stop, or you can put a stitch marker there. I don't have any on me right now, but I did that. So you're gonna chain up 2, and then you're gonna go around to the part where you pulled up or where your stitch marker is, and insert a double crochet all the way around. Make sure you're also not skipping any stitches in this either, like the first stitch and the last stitch, because it'll come out looking really odd. Alright, so here I am at the end. Make sure you don't skip that last stitch. Once again, after that you're going to chain up 2 stitches, and then you're going to work all the way back around, inserting double crochets. You're also just gonna work this specifically with no increase or no decrease, straight up and down for 8 rows. Alright, so this is also what it should look like when you just do the straight up and down, no increase, no decrease. Kind of looks odd, but just bear with me and trust me. So the side that I just put a thumbs up for, that's the good side, and that's going to remain as our front, which means you're not going to do any type of increasing on this side. Do not increase on that side. Now the back side that has the odd part, because we single crochet, is going to be our back part. You're just going to do 1 increase for 9 rows. On that side, not on the front side. On the front side, you're just gonna remain and keep it going straight up and down with no increase. So it should start coming out and looking really odd, like slightly, this is the correct side. It should be straight up and down, and then the odd side will have like slightly an increase going on like this. So as I said before, since this is our wrong side, we're gonna insert a double crochet into that same hook, same stitch. So you're gonna have 2 double crochets in that last stitch, and then you're gonna work 1 double crochet across. And you're gonna continue to do this for a total of 9 rows where you're increasing on that last stitch on the wrong side, and you're gonna just do the same thing you were doing before. Don't increase on the front side. Now this part, I think I did mess up in the video, but just listen if you get lost. So before you secure off, you're gonna do a chain of 6. Do not cut right now. Just do a chain of 6, and when you do the chain of 6, then you're gonna cut and fasten your ends and secure that, okay? I did it all backwards. So once you do that, you're gonna clip your end, and then you're gonna reattach to the other side. You can do it by tying a knot and then chaining, really whatever's comfortable. I usually just hold it and then hold one end on one side. For this, now you're gonna do a chain of 5, and then you're gonna block off the last stitch, and you're gonna chain up 3. And then you're gonna go back and insert a double crochet into the chain that you were holding off. This will be the part that's in between your legs. I don't know how to explain it. You'll see when it's finished. And now for this one, you're gonna work this for a total of, really it's 4 rows, but I just did 3 rows. And these are gonna be a lot shorter. But if you wanna do 4 rows for like a more covered butt cheek, but 3 rows for short. And with this, with adding more rows to this will determine the length. Like the length will go up as you increase with rows. Or there's another way to do it. Whenever you can just do the normal 4 rows, and then when you go back and you sew the piece together, you can go reattach and work the pants legs that way too. It's up to you. But I did this for a total of 3 rows, and when you're done with 3 rows, you're gonna cut and seal the ends, and then you're gonna reattach over here at the top on the next stitch over from the one that you just worked. And you're gonna repeat the same thing for the other pants leg. I just hit myself in the face. But make sure when you're doing this and you reattach for this side, you're gonna keep this side straight, don't increase. And then on the wrong side, when you reattach, well, you're reattaching one time, but on the wrong side, when you get to it, you're gonna work it straight, and then you're gonna start to increase. So it should kind of look like it's gonna overlap each other, but it's not gonna overlap. So just make sure you're being very cautious and you're paying attention to what you're doing, because one mess up can mess up the whole thing, and who would hate to take all of this out and start over? Not I. So make sure you're just paying attention. Also, with this part being the bulgy part, this is gonna be your wrong side, so it will be flipped inward, and then this is what your pants should start to look like, or shorts should start to look like. But if you want to finish learning how to do this, I will put out a part 2 sometime next week, and you gonna be looking fly. But also make sure you subscribe to my channel, make sure you like this video, make sure you comment. If you have any questions, I will gladly answer them for you guys. We'll see you in the next video. Stay tuned.